Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sharp Eyes, and we are going to be casting a game with Orc and Crucifix. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. This is Crucifix.
What up,
And,
gangsters? This is Orc.
There's Orc. Neoplanet S, no big deal.
Alright, it looks like Orc will be spawning, the bottom left-hand corner as the Red Terran. And his opponent will be next SG Loon, spawning as the blue Protoss. Orc, what do you think about this game?
It's pretty Gosu. You know, the right person who should win obviously wins, so I'll let you know who that is, but, yep, it's pretty Gosu.
Good. So let's see. Well, I like your decision to mine minerals at the beginning of the game. I've heard most people don't, but the people who do usually come out with an advantage in the early game, so that's good.
Looks like Orc will be mining minerals.
Okay. Good supply depot timing, I approve. But, so, like, now, so, Terran versus Protoss, most of the time, you don't see as much tank play as you would, say, TvT or TvZ, just because there's more, for example, the Protoss have the Immortal, which is specifically designed to counter the tank. And so if the Protoss scouts know what you're doing, and you're going tank heavy, that could actually hurt you a lot. So you don't see quite as much tank play in TvP. So I wouldn't expect too much. But it does look like Orc is opening up with the normal 12 barracks, so nothing fancy like a super early gas. But he did get his refinery at 13, like is standard.
Orc is definitely not a fancy guy. He's a very meat and potatoes kind of gamer.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my mom tells me. Nom.
We do have double gas from the Protoss, so tech heavy build going on.
Wow,
Gateway
that
on the
is
way.
an early gas.
And it's like there is a little bit of a scout battle going on. Maybe we can see some first blood. And the probe will die eventually because he can't get out of the base. That's good on Orc. Let's see if his own scouting SCV can survive, giving him an entire SCV ahead advantage. Orc getting all the info he needs. Knows about both gases. He's going to stick around, see how much more info he can get.
Upgrade complete.
And the probe does go down. So Orc is already a worker ahead. No wonder he won this game. It's basically decided already.
Yep.
Orc getting all set up to block any potential expansion at the natural with his SCV.
And Crucifix, I'm going to have to interrupt you. This Terran is fucking
my God.
Gosu.
Oh my
Okay,
God. We
back
do
to-
have an early Reaper on the field. Let's see how much harass he can do.
The camera is now zoomed in on the Reaper. Crucifix, what can you tell me about those Reapers?
Well, they can be a big pain in the ass to Protoss because the Protoss is getting a stalker out on the field, which is what you're supposed to do, especially against this sort of Reaper harass. But what you're not supposed to do is pull drones too much like that because the Reaper can just micro out of the way. But because of the stalker, Orc is gonna have to get his Reaper out before it dies, or else that will be and let it recharge in its health. But it's such a good scouting tool because you can just send it in again and again. As long as the Protoss doesn't set up some sort of trap.
Absolutely, and a trap has not been set by the Protoss player. Looks like Orc's SCV is going into the mineral line, just hanging out with those probes. Orc, what was your rationale?
Well, I was going to get some scouting info, which I do get, but, my brain doesn't work fast enough for what I want to usually do, so that was my logical explanation for that move right there. Oh.
I see.
I like the engineering bay at a fraction of its health, or a completion time. Very smart to block the expansion. Now, at this point in time, you know that there is an expansion and there hasn't been an attempted expansion. Were you getting a little suspicious that there might be some DT or Blink Stalker play happening?
Yep. Gay Protoss faggoty all in. Yep. Exactly, and that's what I scout.
Looks like
you
Protoss
did
will be
see the
taking...
Twilight Council with your SCV, correct?
And I saw it researching, yeah, so I knew that Basically, if I hold this off, because he doesn't have an expo at this point, it's going to be basically a free win, like most toss games are.
Very powerful
Very
words.
good scouting information. So Orc does have an expansion. He has full saturation on his main. He's got 5 barracks on the way to hold off the all-in for the Protoss.
That is a lot of barracks.
I'm assuming to see some tech labs or reactors, mostly tech labs though, because of the stalker play. And he does have a bunker set up with a Marauder already inside it.
And it looks like the Protoss is building a forward pylon here, getting ready for that 4-gate aggro.
I think he's going for the bunker now. Orc will pull SCVs to repair the bunker. He also has a bunker and he's building another bunker on the high ground to make sure that if his natural does get breached, I see. So if the stalkers choose to blink up, he will lose that bunker. But if they do blink up, hopefully they won't be able to just run rampage through his base. He's getting all of his defenses set up, and he builds a 3rd bunker because the first 2 were a little too far over to the right side there. And it's a good idea to build a bunker a little farther back like this because it makes it so if the stalkers do blink up, they're committed to trying to kill that bunker because they can't blink back down for another 10 seconds. He does pull the SCVs to try to stop the stalkers. Does kill 1 stalker, and now he's just trying to hold that bunker for as long as he can while he gets the rest of his barracks set up.
Wow, looks like that 1 bunker is taking out plenty of stalkers.
Wow, that bunker probably took out like 5 stalkers just by itself. That was misplay on the Protoss's part to spend so much time trying to kill that 1 bunker.
Misplay indeed. Looking back at the Protoss base, we see 1 stalker warping in. This game looks very, very bad for the Protoss right now as he's struggling to break into the Terran's natural.
Indeed. One thing that's interesting is that the Protoss does seem to have a big stockpile of minerals, and that may just be because he doesn't have enough warp gates to spend all of his minerals, which is a really big mistake because he's trying an all-in, and if you don't have enough warp gates to spend all your minerals, then your push is just going to always be weaker than it could have been. While we have Orc over here spending all of his money as fast as he possibly can.
Yeah, it looks like the all-in was missing 1 more gateway.
It was indeed.
Looks like Zealots will be doing a little bit of damage, but I honestly do not think the Protoss can bust this wall. What do you think, Orc?
I think this Terran is really fucking good. I mean, I would personally get lessons from him for like $20 an hour, maybe 10.
I would pay 30,
thoughts.
honestly. Like for this Terran, I'd pay 30.
Yep.
Looks like Orc is offering to take lessons from himself. Very interesting player indeed.
He finally did kill that engineering bay. Is getting ready for an expansion, and is trying to break through the wall. He does kill 1, but now there's 2 bunkers. There's 1 on the high ground. If he blinked into the main, he'd actually be able to do some damage, as there are no Marauders in this bunker. But I'm pretty sure the Protoss doesn't know that. He's basically out of stalkers by now. He's going to fall back to his base, see what he can get done. But honestly, at this point, he's so far behind. If you look at the units tab, it's 29 probes to 37 SCVs. The chances of the Protoss coming back at this point is very slim.
Very slim indeed. And we see the Protoss player is tossing up an expansion at his natural. Crucifix. Do you think the Protoss can regain this game?
I think what we'll see here is an attempt at DT play. Because what you'll see is a lot of times when someone tries to cheese and it doesn't work out, they're going to cheese again in a different way to try to get back in the game. And DTs are kind of Protoss's go-to way to say like, I'm going to get back in the game by causing a lot of damage. But actually, it looks like he's trying to warp out of Colossus as fast as he can to deal with the bio play of the Terran. But the Terran says no. But Orc says no. I'm gonna hit now before you can have your Colossus, and I'm bringing my factory, just so just because I want to.
Just because he wants to, indeed.
He does
As he
have
takes the
force
engagement, force fields will be going up, reducing the range of the Marauders. Can the Protoss buy enough time to hold this attack?
I don't.
The
think he
factory
can,
is
especially
floating
with the
in. Looks
factory
like
ready.
there is much action going on. Protoss player going to lose his natural.
He does have one Colossus out in the field. Is it enough to hold this push? But
Looks
I don't
like the
know.
Marauders will be going down.
No
Not
way.
really. They're not going down at
The
all.
Stalkers are going down. The DPS on the factory is well over 500 right now. I don't think there's any way that the Protoss can hold this. He has one Zealot on the field for an army, and that was it. That's the game.
That is the game. Okay, so it looks like a very one-sided game for the Terran player. Orc, how did you feel after this game?
Well, pretty good. You know, it's kind of like when you walk into McDonald's and you're about to get chicken nuggets. It's pretty much the same feeling. Yeah.
Buying chicken nuggets.
I'm still really surprised at the Protoss's decision to only do a 3-gate blink stalker push, especially when at one point he had almost 600 minerals on the field and he ended the game with 700. I feel like the entire game he should have had one, maybe even 2 more gateways.
Yeah, it looks like he kind of didn't know what was going on after the natural block, and I guess he kind of panicked and forgot to build that gateway.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Well, in any case, good game, Orc, and you can contact Orc and get lessons from him at www.orc.com. Thank you.
All right. This has been the first episode of WeCastSC2, where you play and we cast.
And then you win.
Yeah. Okay, bye-bye.